So one of my New Year's resolutions back in the day was I'm gonna drink vodka.
Most people are like, I'm gonna not drink. You're like, I'm gonna drink.
Living my best life. We're supposed to be bashing New Year's resolutions, and we're like, I'm gonna drink this alcohol. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up my alcohol at New Year's. Done. Yeah. Maybe you need to make a New Year's resolution like I'm gonna drink vodka. That's like, let me help a girl out. This is what you're gonna do. Hey ladies, pull up a chair. It's about to get real. Now that we have missed all of the gems, who forgot to hit record? This girl. Yeah. I'm like, can we just have like a mic guy around us at all times?
Yes. Mic, camera, makeup, all of it.
Yes,
just
please.
Right here.
Good lighting.
Yeah.
It's not it today.
No, I don't have it either. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
What were you saying? You're talking about the apple orchard.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times women, or men too, I mean, we put on this perspective. I know for me, like back in the day when I'm eating healthy, I'm doing all the things, right? I was talking about how I used to blame the apple and not the apple orchard drinks. Like I'm blaming the apple orchard, not the apple orchard. Like, you remember those drinks?
Yeah.
Which, remember how I told you I was putting a pin in my New Year's resolution? I was like, we'll come back to it. So one of my New Year's resolutions back in the day was I'm going to drink vodka. And my husband, Matt's like, you can't go around telling people that. Like, sound like you have a problem. I'm like, well, I got to stop drinking the apple orchard drinks. Like, they're too much sugar, so I'm going to vodka.
Most people are like, I'm going to not drink. You're like, I'm going to drink vodka.
Living my best life. Oh, back in the day.
Did you end up switching?
I did.
Okay, now you're a vodka drinker?
I like vodka. I like tequila too, actually.
My girl.
Adult water is tequila, club soda, and a couple limes.
Tequila is the
professional in your hand, and like good party afterwards. It's good times.
Only way I roll is
I love tequila.
My favorite is a dirty tequila martini.
Nice. I don't know if I've ever had that. What's in it?
Do you like olives?
Green olives?
Yeah.
I'm out. No.
This might be.
Is this the first thing that we've been like?
This is the first thing that we are not seeing eye to eye on.
I'll do the black olives. Do you like black olives?
I love every olive. I do not discriminate when it comes to olives.
Green olives, I'm out. No, it overpowers everything that it's in.
It's so salty and delicious and incredible. Oh my gosh.
No, well, I'll buy you olives.
A hot and dirty martini is jalapeno and olive juice and just tequila, and it is amazing. Cold up, fabulous.
Trust you on it.
Big old olives just chilling in the glass.
No.
You're missing out, but it's fine. We can still be friends.
Okay, perfect.
At least I know you won't drink my drink, so.
No. I will buy one for you, and I'll be like, you can have that.
Yeah. I would also do a hot and dirty margarita. I'm fine with that too.
Okay. I'm not a margarita girl either. They hurt my stomach. I don't know.
The salty rim, all of it.
Now, will you? We're supposed to be bashing New Year's resolutions, and we're like, I'm gonna drink this alcohol. I'm not giving up my alcohol at New Year's. Done. Yeah. Maybe you need to make a New Year's resolution like I'm gonna drink vodka. That's like, let me help a girl out. This is what you're gonna do. You're not going to take away your bread. You're going to enter in vodka into your life if you're 21 and older. 21 and older.
Yeah. Get rid of apple orchard, apple cider.
Yeah.
Get rid of your beer. Get rid of even those, like, get rid of those seltzers that really nobody actually likes. They're just drinking them because there are no calories. There's better ways. And
cheaper ways.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, so going on that, I mean, I feel like the New Year's resolution mindset, the blueprint that we're burning all of these like beliefs, right? That we have all put on our plate. We've all decided that this is what we need to do in order to reach our goals, and we're restricting this and we're restricting that and we're taking this away. And it's like we shouldn't have to like hate our way there, right? Not to
Mhm.
say it like maybe it's a mocktail for someone listening. Doesn't have to be alcohol, but that was a big line in my New Year's resolution pivot of like I'm not chasing after I need to lose weight or I need to work out more or I need to do this like for my health. It was I'm gonna drink vodka.
Yeah, like a
Very
little,
weird resolution,
yeah.
but
Yeah. I love that you're
it was a
saying
big
this.
deal.
No, I love that you're saying this because I just checked in with one of our transformation girls, and she has had a big month. Like she's been working hard for the last almost 45 days, but she had a birthday in this time frame. She had a bachelorette party in this time frame. It was Thanksgiving during this time frame. She had like another two prior like travel trips away that she had to like go away. She's meeting with people. She's got to do drinks. She's got to do all this stuff. And I just met up with her for a little check-in, and she is down 4% body fat
So
and like almost 13 pounds and 2 inches in her waist and an inch off of her arm, every arm.
she's got two. She's got three arms.
but
She's very productive. She has two.
the that's why she's burning more. She's doing
I think okay.
um but what she said just it got me like celebrating, right? Because I've been and you've been on the side where you are so extreme and you're cutting out every single thing and you're like weighing everything, you're saying no to everything, you're bringing your little Tupperwares everywhere you go, you're micromanaging
Portion cups.
everything, yeah, and you're miserable doing it, but you're trying to get this result that is not sustainable. And
Yeah.
I love that this woman I checked in with, and she's like, you know what's so great about this? She goes, I know that if I would have like been more strict on all of these things of my month of living or 45 days, I would have lost more. So like I probably could have been at 15 pounds down. I probably could have been like all of this stuff. And yes, that's important to me. But she was like, I've been able to still live and have these moments and not feel like the odd man out while I'm out. Or she's
Right.
like learning more about myself and my own habits and what I tend to go towards and what are better options. And it's like this self-discovery and this loving herself and her life, but like just moving things a little bit and
Mhm.
tweaking things a little bit that has still brought her a result and will continue to bring her those results. And it is sustainable. And she will continue to sustain results continuing to happen down the road, like as she goes deeper into this lifestyle. And I was just celebrating that because to me, that's true freedom, especially as a woman. Being able to still enjoy my family, enjoy my friends, have the things that I love that kind of fill that little like emotional part of us, right? Like
Right.
you want that warm cup of whatever, or you want that cozy, like that side of it, or to you, your stiff vodka drink, whatever, like, um, and still, and still have that ability to feel good. She's like, my energy's through the roof. She's like, I'm getting up at 6 a.m. and working out every day, things I never did before.
Didn't you say she worked out on her birthday too, right?
Yes, yes. Got up, worked out on her birthday. Like,
Love it.
those are the things that we go, like, okay, throw out all the noise. Throw out, like, this girl, this woman, like, being able to do that versus the super strict, set another, like, what if she would have put this off, waited till January, then she's gonna go, low carb keto and not
Right.
have any fun at the birthday party. And, like, it just backfires every single time. What did we say? 9% of people stick to those resolutions. So, like, all of these people, you're
Nine.
just shooting yourself in the foot instead of taking that gradual path that still like gradually gets you to where you need to be. And I don't know why I went off on that tangent. I think you were talking about something that triggered that, but I love that. The ability to just still live and still reach results and then be able to sustain them, you know?
I think it goes right in line with what you were talking about before when I forgot to press record, how you're talking about being aware, like the
Yes.
awareness of things.
Yes.
And isn't it just so freeing to just realize like what you're doing is working? And people might be thinking, okay, well, yeah, she lost 4% body fat in less than 45 days. Like she must be like restricting. She must be not eating a lot of calories. She must be like working out like crazy 2 times a day. One has to be outside. And if you miss a day, like you got to start over. Like I
Yeah.
don't need that kind of stress in my
No,
life.
no.
And she's literally doing 30-minute workouts,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
it's not every day of the week. She
No.
has rest days,
Yep.
active recovery. It
Yep.
is not getting in the way of her life, and it's actually breathing more life into her life because she's found joy
Yes.
within her process, and she's doing simple things. And it has nothing to do with like the overload
Right.
of having to restrict and do all this craziness that we think we need as women. Like we just got off a call and I was talking about how a lot of times we think like if we're not seeing the scale move and we're not eating a lot, like I need to eat less, I need to, and then we're going to start seeing a shift. Well, your body needs to have the proper fuel in it. And when we're like, it sounds silly to say, like if I were to tell you, well, you're not eating enough, that's why you're not losing. You'd be
Right.
like, what? Like she don't know what she's talking about. What do you mean? Well, let me ask you, how is that working for you? Because I'll tell you, for me, when I was like, oh, I can't budge on the scale and let me restrict more, let me take more calories away, the scale didn't move.
Right.
Like I stayed where I was at. And a lot of times I started gaining. Like your body ends up like it's very resilient. Like it's very smart and it's gonna, if it's not getting fed,
Right.
it's going to hang on to those calories because it doesn't know when it's going to get fed again.
Right. I loved the analogy you talked about of the fireplace.
Oh yeah. Like fueling your body is like if you're like let's picture ourselves around a campfire right now. Like did you want me to talk about it?
Yes, I
Let me just talk about it.
did.
So like picture yourself around a campfire. We go camping all the time. So with that, like you want to get that fire burning right away, right? You're putting the good logs on. Like it can't be wet logs, those aren't going to burn right. Think about like the processed crap food. Like picture that. So you got nice, dry, seasoned well, tastes good food. Dry logs, you're getting that fire, it's blazing first thing in the morning. Now, what do you think is going to happen if we don't put
More.
logs on it throughout the day? It's going to start to dwindle down. And let's say we don't start it off blazing, like put the perspective on waking up and fueling your body. If we don't wake up and get our metabolism blazing, it's just a slow dwindle of like flame. It's like it's trying to light, but it can't because it doesn't have the right fuel on it.
Mhm.
Right? So how I always look at it is when we're fueling our body in the morning, it's like that campfire that you're starting first thing in the morning. You want that fire blazing, and throughout the day it should start to dwindle down. And we were talking about how you shouldn't have any food in your system 3 hours before you go to bed.
Right.
Well, just like if you're camping, well, you don't want the fire burning outside while you're sleeping, right? But if we're eating too close to laying down, like your body has to pivot away from what it should do, which is repairing itself, and break down the food.
Right.
So, yeah.
No, I think
Probably
this
said that a lot better on that call, but like that's the ideal behind it. You know, it's
right,
just
and
like
that's
you want
huge.
to.
Food timing, right? And I think that again, when you talk about awareness, and we just look at the way that the world is set up right now. Again, for us as women, where you go on social media and it is not just like super artificial, right? Like these unrealistic body images that are being pumped out.
Photoshop and
But we also know as women, like we've all had that time in our life that we were probably the fittest we've been. Whether you were like you said 200 pounds or not, like even if you've always been heavier, there's been a time in your life where you felt the best and looked the best, right? Like we have to all have that time. So I feel like we have the photoshopped images and then we have all of this diet information and the new like try this, try this, try this. So when we talk about awareness, think about that. Like if you're constantly changing and you're constantly like, how do you even track that? How do you even know what is affecting you? How, if you're not giving something longevity in order to figure out, right? And so when you're talking about like food timing, that's like one of the easiest ways. But yet, as women, we're like, oh, well, maybe I need to fast and run 4 miles first, and then I have to eat my bacon, and then no bread for 4 days, and then I'm going to try to do it the opposite, and I'm going to get up earlier, and I'm going to have, you know what I mean? Like that, of course, nothing's working. And
your body's trying to figure out what the hell you're doing.
Right.
You know?
And how many women are actually in that boat? How many women are just in that boat where you just have tried so many things every other week because somebody promised you this is the magic solution, and now your body's like frazzled, like surviving. I'm just surviving because, that's like you said, we're resilient. That's what we do.
Right.
And I love when you said like being aware and just kind of bringing it back to where you go, hold on, how's this working for you? You're beating yourself up. You're comparing yourself left and right. You're switching things up. You're trying to scarf down things. We were on a call, the other day, and somebody said they're eating kale and whatever, thought they were eating healthy. And you're like, I know you don't even want to be eating kale. Like,
she's like, I don't. I hate it.
But I want to be healthy. And it's like, we are just inundated with stuff, and we're just trying things left and right. And I feel like what I'm most excited about with the blueprint is the freedom from all of that. Like freedom from all of that. You and I don't sit around eating stuff we don't want to be eating. Literally everything in my day is something that I am choosing, I am loving, I am excited about, looking forward to, and we're not on the yo-yo. And I'm excited for the journey to help other women achieve that, just like my friend I was telling you about earlier, where she's like, I've enjoyed my birthday. I've enjoyed this bachelorette weekend, like a weekend getaway. And helping empower women with that freedom to go like, no, you don't have to hate your life healthy. You can love your life healthy. You can love yourself healthy. And this is what has got me like so fired up. I can't wait. I want to hear more women like saying that,
So what are we burning today? What's on the blueprint today? Should it be diet? Should we break that apart?
Let's tear it up.
Let's burn the freaking diet. Diets don't work.
Diets don't work.
And let's like reassociate the word. Like wording is so important when it comes to how we look at things, how we have perspective around things, how we feel. Like, it's like that I get to versus I have to, right? So let me take the diet word. Let's burn it with what we think it means. Diet means restrictive, right? That's what we think as women. Yes. Like I'm on a diet. I can't have bread. Like I need to eat cardboard and drink air. Like
that is what I think. If I was at a party with somebody and they're like, oh, I started a new diet, my instant thought is, what can't they eat? Like that would be my initial thought, is they can't have a lot of things.
Right. So with that, I mean, that's what a lot of people think. That's what we used to do, is I'm on a diet, like using my bread as tissues because I like hated it, that I couldn't eat it, but I loved bread. So perspective shift of what if we look at diet differently? What if diet has absolutely nothing to do with restriction? And I have another pin I want to put in this, which I'll circle back. Don't let me forget this pin. It's right here. It's important. You see it?
I got it.
You got it? Okay. So I'll probably forget it, but don't let me. You're like, I have no idea what you're going to say.
I see it.
So instead of diet being restrictive, what if we look at diet as what it really is? Diet is what we consume, what we eat, our diet, what we're fueling our body with. the food that we put on our plate, the macronutrients that we're getting in, macros, protein, carbs, fats. Diet is also micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the things that we need genuinely as humans. And the problem is there are things that we can't nutritionally get on our fork, that we can't get in our diet. Diet, not restrictive, diet as intake, what we need to have in the food that we eat. I eat pizza on Friday nights. That's your diet. That sounds like an oxymoron. Like people that are on a diet don't eat pizza.
Well, unless they're eating like some kind of modified like cauliflower crust butter.
Look at you trying to make it healthy.
I've been there. I'm like, well, I'll just make it healthy, this junk food. And that's where I'm like, this is what women need to understand. Like, you don't have to like make, like, you can still have that real old, like, regular Pizza Hut pizza if that's your jam. Oh my God, you remember Pizza Hut pizza? We don't even have
personal pans. We have Pizza Hut by us.
The pizza bar, like they used to have the bar.
Yeah, it's $5.99. You go in, you eat all you want.
Oh my gosh. I can still smell it. Yeah, but yeah, being able to learn how to best fuel your body and know. So here's a question though. You eat pizza Friday nights. And you're very in tune with yourself. How do you feel after eating pizza Friday night?
When I actually order pizza and eat it, I feel like crap.
So how much pizza do you eat?
Couple pieces, and then I'm fine. Like I know my limit with it, but
But
I'm
not because you're restricting because you have to restrict. It's more of an intuitive. I'm at a place in my life where I feel so freaking good. I don't want to overindulge, and that's another layer of freedom of finding that place where you know yourself so well that you're like, I can enjoy because I'm like cheesecake girl. I don't know if I told you. I love cheesecake. And there was a point in time when I was dieting and I would crush an entire cheesecake for breakfast. Like that was because it was like high fat and I thought like, oh, I'm getting protein. Like I was so deranged. And then I got like to this healthy, but I got to this healthy point where now I'm like, I love cheesecake, but I know my personal limit, not because I'm on some crazy diet and I have to like whatever. It's because I just know how I feel. And I'm like, you know what? I want to feel good. And I'm going to have this much and I'm content and I'm moving on. You know, where you're not also like jonesing for it because you've restricted it for so long and then you're binging on it and feeling like trash the next day. And
well, I think so. Like I can't tell you the last time I started a diet. I don't diet. I don't do diets. Like I live my life. Even when we order pizza on Fridays, like and two, like I put my life on social media. Like I'm a very open book. Like what you see is what you get. I'm not the type of, health guru that is like, don't eat pizza. And then I'm like in the background eating it, but I'll never share it. Like, no, like I don't do diets. I don't have any food groups eliminated from my diet. And when it comes to asking me how many pieces of pizza I eat, a few pieces, right? And it's not because I'm restricting. It's not because I have this mental block in my head and I have that negative talk like, what are you doing? It's not like I don't give the ownership to that pizza that it's going to derail me, right? I don't call it bad. Okay, if you're allergic to peanut butter, does that make peanut butter bad? No, you're just allergic to it, right? So with that being said, I also do not derail my whole day because I'm so regimented with how I eat, how I feel my body, being aware of how you feel, not only with how your gut feels, but also like your mental health and your energy throughout the day. And you don't have these like waves of up and down because you are consistent with what you're doing. Like I keep my day, if we're ordering pizza on Friday, like it doesn't mean that I go off the rail all day long. And because I fuel my day how I should, based on my metabolism and my personal health goals, which that's the pin. So I'm going to come back to this. I don't overindulge because I'm sustained throughout the day. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know that the gaps are filled.
Right.
Like you're taking, your vitamins, you're drinking your water, you're doing those things that fill in the nutritional gaps. So you also know you're like covered, right? So you've gotten all the proper fuel in, and that's the freedom, man. It's that whole idea of like, now people, I'm not a like structured, organized person, scheduled, but people are always like scheduling is freedom, right? Like if you actually schedule, then you have freedom. And I think that's the part of what we're talking about when you're talking about awareness and knowing self, right? Is that as you jump on this journey, and especially through this blueprint that we're coaching through, you really get to know yourself, and you really get to understand that, and that structure of yourself, and this personalized plan, personalized goal, personalized lifestyle. Like, are you guys night owls? Do you like this? How does your family function? Like, it's holistic and incorporates the fact that you are a mother and you do have 600 kids and you do have a husband and you do like to like
Right.
this personalized holistic way of living that actually, when you do the work to know yourself, gives you the freedom, versus you trying to like structure yourself into some sort of plan that is like this generic plan for everybody that's going to solve everybody's freaking no. That doesn't work.
Oh, you just lobbed me the ball that I'm about to just like grant.
Is this your pin?
That's the pin.
Okay, let's go. I didn't even know. I'm excited. I'm ready.
So here is what's going to end up happening in the New Year's resolution. Like the people out there, the influencers. If you get that generic plan, this is how much you should eat, Monique, like this is your plan. It could harm your health more than help you. And the reason being is you might not be eating based on your metabolism. I always tell people that, I have the honor to sit across from the table and see like, how can I best serve them? How can I best help them with their goals? Like, how can I simplify the process? Like, we ask a lot of questions. There are so many people that have been handed a plan, like this is what you need to eat, and it doesn't work, right? Which is why they're sitting across the table from me and trying to figure it out, because that's what we're trying to do. If you're eating lower than your metabolism, like if they don't ask you, let me take the pin and let me just like dart it out. If somebody does not ask you what your BMR is, your basal metabolic rate, if they don't ask you that and they're like, here, this is what you need to eat, you need to run away from them. That's like going to the mechanic and they're like, yeah, I know what's wrong with your car, but they never lifted up your hood. I said what I said. You can't do a generic plan. Like what's best for you and what's best for me are not it's not the same. Yes. Do they ask you, do you have your gallbladder? I know that sounds like, why would they ask you that? Well, maybe you need some help digesting your proteins and your fats. Like,
are you regular?
How much do you poop? Like, we talk about that all the time. But if you are starting a generic plan,
or if your plan lists off 800 potential side effects.
Oh my gosh. Oh, don't even. Are we going there today? Can we?
We don't have to.
I'm going to do that tomorrow.
I'm just saying. That's part of it too. Run.